Hello, hello. Get my apron. Almost forgot it. I'm not going to do too much right now, but I get my microphone so y'all can hear me. We're going to try. The craziest thing I did, y'all, is I bought these pork country style ribs. Then put them in the ice box. Then the next day I went, which was yesterday, and I bought Pilgrim's chicken thighs. Put them in the ice box, didn't realize I had those. So now I don't want to refreeze them because I think the Pilgrim's chicken thighs were already froze, and they were on a special for $2 and something a pound. So this whole boneless, skinless chicken thighs was $5.75. You know, we try to save all we can. So I don't want to refreeze those. So I've the decision of putting these ribs back in and maybe baking them tomorrow or the next day, or putting them on the grill, which I haven't grilled with y'all because I'm not a griller. So let's do the chicken today. Uh, let me. Now, just like with the beef, the chicken, you can do whatever you want to with it. I'm wondering if I don't just want to put those in the Instapot, or do I want to fry chicken? I'm going to try to make, let's see, today I might try to make some, I don't use this Velveeta very often, and cheese, shells and cheese, but it's good. I think it's good if I don't have to stand in this hot kitchen and make it, it's really good. So, whatever I decide, we will. Oh, I got old cock-a-doodle-doo out too. Washed him. He is sitting up here on top of the big refrigerator. I thought, well, cock-a-doodle-doo, let's put you on the stove like we had you about a year ago. And I've got the hen that goes with him, but he'll just have to do it without her because I don't have enough room for him to get up on my stove. Just going to have to sit there and behave. That's what they're going to have to do. So I'm at a standpoint. Uh, I don't know what to do, what to cook, and I bet y'all been there too. You know, I thought about making. Well, I've got the chicken and I've got the beef. Uh, let's just do. Let me rinse this real quick in my soda water, and then we'll decide what we want to do. I hope y'all are doing okay today. We'll visit a little bit if you ought to. Let me get me a bowl, and I can't bring y'all over here. It's too much trouble. You're just going to sit over there and listen to me uh, until I get this taken care of. Now, there's nothing like good fried chicken. I will vow to say that. But sometimes I just don't want to fry chicken. We've made so much stuff, you know. Since I've been doing these videos, I have made chicken parmesan, chicken alfredo, fried chicken, chicken and dumplings, chicken and rice, chicken, and naked chicken, and sunburnt chicken. And so now you decide. It gets kind of monotonous because you can only cook so much, and then you have to. I mean, there's a million recipes out there, but when you've got a 94-year-old mother that's set in her ways, literally set in her ways. I'm not saying bad things. I'm just saying set in her ways. She likes her country food. That's what I have to cook, or she won't eat. She barely will eat anyway. So that's why I always put on there that mother. I'm cooking it for mother because literally I am cooking it for mother. You know, I'm draining this now that I got the soda water off. Now, there's a way to fry chicken that if you don't follow it, it won't be a damn bit of good. I think I might use, let me see. I could use my Global Home big skillet. Now I've fried those pies, in that grease, and that's not going to hurt to use that grease today. Or I don't know why I'm cleaning the stove. It'll be a mess. Let me look down here and see. Now I fried that okra. See, I fried that okra in there. I fried the pies in there. So what we can do is we can take our grease bucket with our strainer, and we'll just put that all back in there, let it drip down, get those little hard pieces out. And what I do is I'm just going to take a clean paper towel, because I'm not going to wash the skillet, fry that chicken in this, because it's not bad. I'm going to wipe it out good and all that. Love this Global Home skillet. I just literally love it. It's all stainless steel. Now, they sent me this, and I've told y'all that every time, but I do so you know that this is the one I'm talking about. So that's about $100 skillet. But it's worth every penny of it. Worth every penny of that. I promise you. Okay, so now that grease come out. I got the dregs. I'm going to put them in the garbage. And then I'm going to set this. And I'm going to go ahead and retransfer that grease right back. Because there's no sense in wasting. Waste not, want not. I hope they come tomorrow to get this piece put on my air conditioner in here. Lord, the company that I called came out, said, well, you need a whole new deal unit. I said, how much is that going to be? $12,000 or $14,000. I said, well, you can forget that. I said, I won't live to pay for it. So thank God I bought that portable air conditioner at the pawn shop 2 or 3 years ago, because I just wheeled it out, put it in the place that Mother and I stay in the middle of the house, and that's what we're using. So when I called the air conditioning people, they come out, like I just said, I'm repeating myself. And I told them, I said, well, I can't do that. Well, we just can't help you. But we did put a part on to start the outside unit, a condenser. And I said, well, I guess said it's going to be $99 for the service call, which I thought was very reasonable. And if you had a part put on, then they would take the $99 off. So he said, well, it'd be $380 for that part. I said, well, it seems to me that if you're going to put this part on the air conditioner, then I wouldn't mind paying. I would not at all mind paying that amount of money if the air conditioner was fixed. But since it's not going to be fixed, why would I want that part? Well, sir, I don't know. That's just, I said, well, can you just take that part back off because it's brand new? You have it. Yes, sir, I can do that. I said, okay, do that. Because in the meantime, I had texted somebody and they said, well, that's just too much for that part. So after they left, the exact same part I ordered from Amazon was $16.25. So with their tax and all their stuff, it would have been way over $400 for a $16 part. So I got the part in. It's called a condenser. I've just got to get somebody to put it on the outdoor unit. And that will get the outdoor unit fixed. And then I'll work on getting the indoor pieces. I've got to have a new fan motor. So that's what I'm battling with. And of course, they want to stick you every time they can. All right, let's turn our grease on. I'm going to get some more grease. And let's just use the grapeseed oil and olive. You want about 3 cups of grease in your pan. Probably about that. Now, I'm going to put just salt and pepper. Now, let me get I'm going to get another pan. I'm going to get another skillet. And I'm going to get another skillet here. Just as my receptacle that I'm going to check my chicken out. Look at it and get it floured and all that. So, yeah, I had planned, y'all, to wash this off my hands. I don't like no kind of touching raw chicken and pork and stuff. And then, so I'm going to put some salt. We don't want a whole lot, but we don't want. Okay. Now then. Now, I didn't get this food, these spices out, so you're just going to bear with me today. This is just our prep. Pepper and salt. Pepper and salt. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the Chinese 5-spice. And let me get a I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do while I had forgot, but I'm going to take 2 pieces of this and fry them. Let me set that down just a minute. I can't have that spice on two of those. I always try to spice stuff, but I always try to make two pieces that are not all spiced up. So I rinsed that off real quick. I've got those two pieces here. Because with the liver disease, sometimes my body's okay with the chicken with the spice, and sometimes it's not. So now, trying to keep this clean, I'm going to just go ahead and put my flour into this, and I'm going to really flour this good. Get that flour good, turn it over, do it all real good. You can put it in your bag like grandma, but I'm not going to do that today. Got grandma's cup. So now we're just going to let that sit in that flour. Just let it sit there for a little while. You want that to sit and soak up all that flour. You may have to have some more flour, but I doubt it because I'm getting too hot to be in here to really douse that chicken up. Wash my hands. Hope y'all are staying out of the heat yourself. That's the big kicker, isn't it? Let me wash this bowl while I'm over here. Try to keep stuff clean so I don't have so much to do after a while. I've got to make some tea today. Let me get this flour. See that mess? Let me get that mess kind of peaked up. Okay, now let's kind of readjust that because you want all that down in there. Massage that into that flour really, really well. That's what makes a good chicken. You want this chicken to become room temperature also, because that's what keeps your chicken from burning. Is you get your chicken room temperature, then it don't seem to burn as bad. See how that's, y'all can see that, can't you? Let me look over. Yeah, you can see. I mean, you coat that chicken, let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. Coat it again. You want it coated. Oh, see, coated. I mean, really coated. Sometimes Grandma would spend half till about 2 o'clock cooking chicken after she got home from church because she always made sure that we had it like that. So let me see about our grease. Put a little bit of flour down there and see. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it when it bubbles up a little more. Watch that in that grease. That's probably pretty good. Just a little bit hotter. Let me turn it up just a hair more. Put that one, I may, while I'm here, may just go ahead and cut those in half because it won't take up as much room in the pan. You know. There we go. Told you I'd have it all over the place. Bit of gene, bit of gene. Now, let's go ahead and redouse that again. I'm telling you, that's what makes good chicken is making sure all those wet spots are coated. All right, let's see. There we go. Now, we'll try to pull this, tuck that under there. I don't want to crowd them in there too much. Still, we've got our other we're going to have to fry. So I can put the other in with this flour because this flour doesn't have too much of that spice in it. So we'll just go ahead and y'all believe it's middle of 11th to 12th of July. You can tell it by the heat, I'll tell you. All right, so there's our two pieces over here. Keep it by your handle, then you know those are your trying to get all that stuff on those. And these are your spiced up ones. When I wash my hands, just washy all the time. You have to. My arms look like hell today, but I went out. I was going to take y'all with me, but I couldn't because it was just too hot. I went out and see little blood spots. The rose bush. I was getting my dead roses off of all the rose bushes, and they decided to attack me like they always do. And y'all can fast forward if you want to, because it's going to be a while. You know, it takes me a while to do anything. We'll go ahead and turn that once. The reason I don't put all that in there at once is because I let some of this shrink up. Then I push it on over, and I'll get our other two pieces because that's heated back up. It hadn't cooled down. And once you get that dropped in there, then, because when you drop that room temperature, even especially cool chicken, this was room temperature, it makes your grease go way down. And that stops it from getting crispy cooked. So I'm just going to let that fry. Let me see if I could get these other two pieces in there be ready. Let me go ahead and turn this first. I'll let it cook for a little bit. And let me set this over here on the cabinet, and then I'll get this mess cleaned up. I wonder what y'all are having for lunch today. Wish you was here, you could have some chicken with us. Nothing like good chicken, fried chicken. A couple of my followers said, I like watching you because you're so true and down to earth. I thought, well, hell, why should you lie about something when your life is exciting as mine? Oh, Lord. You don't have to put on airs. I'm just me, and that's all there is to it, and I take care of my mama. That's the main issue right there, taking care of mama. You don't want for nothing. I had kind of a little bout with the UTI this week, so I'm battling it. I'm a chef, a chauffeur, artistic director, uh, physician, lawyer, let's see, fashion consultant, interior designer, and poop scooper. Oh, and a cat handler. Other than that, I'm not doing very much. Okay, let's turn these. Now that grease, I'm going to take this. I change them around a little bit. I'm going to try to get those other two pieces in here if I possibly can. I'm going to move some of these that were the first pieces. I'm just going to move them up a little bit so I can get these. Good job, I'm getting too hot in here. So we're going to do this a little quicker. Now I'll just scrape this because that's what I use for my gravy. And I'm taking that fire off so I don't have to waste no more flour. We'll pour that in this pan in a little bit. I'm going to turn that fire up. This I should cook for a long time, about 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm burning up. So I'm seeing how that's a pan full of chicken for two people, isn't it? All right, let me set this over here and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, uh, put some water on. Okay. Let's see. Now I get the Velveeta. I'm just going to put that in here. And that will, like I said, I don't use that very much because of all this processed cheese. So we'll turn that over. Now we can kind of readjust that. Just let that cook. Let it fry, fry, fry. I may turn it down just a little bit and let it fry low. That'll just cook the inside, but it won't burn the outside. You cut it down low. We'll let these get to boiling. And I went ahead, you saw that was a hard noodle, not a homemade noodle or not a freezer or refrigerated soft noodle. So you saw that I put them in there with the hot water that I put onto the stove. And I'll put a little salt in them. But I don't have to have it boiling now like I do homemade noodles and stuff before I drop them in. You want a hard noodle out of a package, a dried noodle. You want them to have time to soften, so you put them in right with the water when you put them on the stove. And put that on about, I'd say a 7. Let that get up. See that blood's coming out of that chicken now. So it's we're turning it down. When you see the first signs of blood, I always turn it down to about a 4.5. Just let it lay in there and cook. And I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to run in there and get a little cool. Okay, before I went in there, I decided I'm going to get one of my iron skillets off the wall. I got those frozen biscuits. Mary B's. And I'm going to let's only do about 6. Oh, we might as well go ahead and do 8 and get it over with. We can use them for breakfast. We can use them for breakfast in the morning. I put these back in the freezer. Saves me from having to cook them. I'm going to use this extra, I got it for $1.99, extra virgin olive oil cooking spray. I just spray that around. Right there, like that. And put them in my oven, 400 degrees, in the middle. Baking it. Let me turn that 400. I can do it 4:15, 11, 10, whatever you. We'll do it for 15 minutes. And I'll have them cooking while you're on standby. Chickens are cooking, and before I go in there and cool off a little bit, let me check it. See, that's fine. Let me turn it. Let's turn it one more time before I go in yonder. Okay? See how pretty that color, that chicken's coming out? And that won't be too long before that's done. And these are the last 2 that And that's some pretty chicken, y'all. What I may do is go ahead and get a paper towel and a plate. Get one of my Frank Oma plates. Get one of my Frank Omas. Put some paper on it. I've got some napkins, but that I get at the McDonald's and different places, and I use them. You set that right there. Instead of throwing them away, I use them because they drain good. Because you want that chicken. Okay, cockadoodle. Stick you right over there. Let me check this. So you just put your knife and you can tell it's soft. And what I'll do is go ahead and take that. I'll let that cook a few minutes and just run in there. I'm going to cut y'all off for just a few minutes so I don't pass out in this kitchen. I'm going to get cooled off just a minute. Okay, I took a breather for just a few minutes, not much. And the noodles are getting better. One of the cats I had to let in because y'all, it's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. So here we go. Let's take some of these chickens out. Take the chickens out. These are small enough mom can pick them up and eat them if she wants to. Is that good chicken, y'all? Fried chicken. And we know this piece for sure. And this other piece is the ones that, yeah, that's a chicken. So now we've got that taken care of. Let me check the noodles. Let me check the noodles. Oh yeah, that's fine. So let me check the biscuits. See, I've got so much I gotta check. Let's see, check the biscuits. A little bit longer on the biscuits. Uh, Let me get a frog and I'll strain these noodles. I don't mind. Uh, I don't mind having a little water still left in that. So that's why I don't mind. Uh, that's why I do not mind. Put some butter down in these. Get some butter. Butter that I'd melted. Butter that I'd melted. I'm just going to put that around in there. Now we'll get this cheese packet, which should be very thin because we've had it sitting there right by that stove. So we'll just let that go right down into that, right down. I'm getting hot and tired, so I'm being kind of haphazard. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get that way, and that's just the way it goes. Do the best that I can, don't we? So now we'll put some pepper. God, don't forget the pepper. And if you've got some shredded cheese, go ahead and put it in with this. We're not doing salt because when that cools down, it'll stick, that cheese will start sticking to that. A lot better. See there? But that butter will help that flavor. So there we've got our chicken and our macaroni. Get out of the way, cockadoodle. And now then, the only thing we lack is our gravy. Ouch. I'm always burning my finger or something. Now let me look at the biscuits. They're there. In there, let's see. Probably about another 3 minutes, I would say. Let me turn that on down. About 3. Let me spill of them. Oh, them are good. We'll just cut them off right now and just let them sit in that oven until I can get the gravy made. Of course, we gotta have it's grease in and grease out. All right. Make sure I got our little crunchies down in there. Let me get that grease up, y'all. Look, see there? That mess. It's just the way it goes. Let me set that up here on this hot deal. Let me get that off, y'all. I can't stand. Then I burnt my finger. The tip of my finger is hurting so bad. It happens, you know. It just happens. Nothing you can do about it. All right, let me turn my fire back up. Ugh. Now then, with a little salt, with a little pepper. All right, now then, remember our flour that we didn't use a while ago? Let's put our flour. See this flour? We got our chicken. See how that? Let's put it down in there. Now let that cook good. Let that cook good down. Let me get some milk real quick. Gotta get the milk. Get some milk. I don't want to make it too big. I don't want to get too much gravy. I had some cream. You want to hurry up and get that. Keep mixing it so it don't burn. See that pretty gravy? That'll get thick quick. So turn your fire off. Remember, I've told y'all if it gets too thick, what do? We put water in it. And that's going to be pretty thick. So let's just get it mixed good, and then we'll get some water. Just a minute out of the deal. Thin that gravy up, see. Put it back on my fire just a minute. Okay. Have to whip it. Now that's some, see, it's not a lump. Let's put a little more water. Whip it. Let's see, that glosses that gravy up. That's some good gravy. Not lumpy, nothing. Just good gravy. See there? Just good gravy. Big pan of good gravy, but good gravy. So wipe my pan. I don't really, just had water in it. All right, I'm trying to, oh Lord, I got one of my deals in my gravy. It was clean, so it doesn't matter. I need to wipe that off anyway. It's got grease all over it. I tell you, I clean this stove 1,000,000 times a day. See now how you whip that as it cools down? And that's a good gravy. Really is. Can't beat it. Put that in a bowl. Let me see how I get a bowl that I can keep. Let me get one of these plastic bowls because I don't want to. If I can put it up after a while, I don't have to. I may have another different bowl that I want to use instead of that. All right, so now let me get a paper plate. We're going to do paper again. Don't we always? Let me get the biscuits out. Lord, don't forget the biscuits. This is nearly an hour video. There's our biscuits. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. See them good. Oh, the biscuits look so good. Look at that. Looky there. I bet you when I get through with all this, I get in there and sit my butt down for a couple hours. I get a biscuit. And I'll put it open. Oh, look at there. Oh, look at there. Okay, mother won't eat but one half. So I'm gonna put some gravy on that biscuit. Let me get her a piece of little chicken. She likes, let's do 2 small pieces, 2 little pieces. Then she can pick them up, see, with her hands since there's no bones. And see, I told you our macaroni would congeal, see, thicken up. That's what it did. Now, I could put coleslaw on here and I'll ask her if she wants it, but I doubt she does. So that's what we're having right there. We're going to have our fried chicken, our biscuits and gravy, and our macaroni and cheese for this Lord's Day lunch. I do so wish y'all were here with us. I know you can't be, but you know, we have to love our neighbor and as ourselves. and help the poor, help the less fortunate, help yourself. Don't be depressed. I try not to be, but I have been real bad here lately. Nothing you can do about it. It's the change of the season. So when I start getting down and depressed, I try to read my Bible or find something that makes me smile. Music makes me happy. So I listen to some good music off of the YouTube or something like that and spend it with my little 94-year-old mother. We love each other and I take care of her and wouldn't have it any other way. We'll talk to y'all soon. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. Bye-bye.